Like, time the herb.
Wait, what? Wait, did you move my soda over there?
Oh, well, I thought it was
Preston.
so I just added it to his
Okay, we
gigantic
just-
pile of
We
sodas.
just went over this,
Here,
man. Come on.
It's your soda.
That's not my soda. I don't
Wha-
want that. That's
Preston.
soda.
One of these sodas is yours.
Yeah, this one, the cold one.
Ready.
He's
Mine.
really angry that we're making him do this.
Yeah, because
Yeah? Yeah?
Did you take your sedative?
I'm not salty, okay? I'm just tired.
Okay, savory, whatever.
So, to preface for the audience, we've probably had a collective 4.5 seconds worth of sleep in the last 48 hours.
Maybe not. Well, yeah. I guess if you want to talk about in our lifetime, that's what it would be.
Yeah. There was oh geez. Oh, I'm getting attacked by robots. Oh, I'm getting, oh, that's me getting hit by robots.
The crushed jug.
I'm still sad that I stepped on my own water jug.
I'm sorry, but that was super hilarious because they were sitting there. And they were in the way.
I can't stand to waste jugs. I'll even rinse them out extra when I refill them. I'm like, shika, shika, shika. And then like one careless step, it just. There was a split second of like, hee funny, and then realization of, that was my jug.
Dude, that went on. I don't know why I laughed at that for so long. I mean, it was about as good as the time that we were traveling back from Tri-Cities, and we had to stop several times along the way to laugh because we just couldn't contain what we were saying.
Like, we have all this built up stuff and we just like had to vent with laughter. It's like, haha, napkins trying to come after us. Actually, yeah.
Well, it was napkins, and then we were trying to
Trying to collect poo. It's a valuable resource.
Preston.
You need to preface the story.
Hey, it's Preston, man.
Yeah, Preston.
Wait.
We're talking about the Poo Cannon adventure.
Oh, the poo cannon.
What was it? The poo cannon or just the bag? The bag.
I think we should call it.
The bag venture.
I have it down as a poo adventure, the Poo Cannon adventure. Because you wanted to build a poo cannon out of like PVC and butane.
Wait, when was
No,
this?
not butane. No, this was that same time.
What?
Remember how? Because we were like, maybe if we construct
Oh yeah, that's right. We were trying
a
to find a
potato
way to get
cannon,
Potato cannon.
type cannon.
like a
There's-
really small diameter potato cannon, and make it really long so it's got like a really big pressure chamber.
So the problem was we were trying to figure out how to get it in there, right? That was the problem.
Preston had to poo, and we saw this as ammo to use because we wanted to fling poo against a specific building. But collecting the poo was the problem.
Okay, so I had to poo. I had to poo real bad.
That's
I had
a really...
to poo like the type of poo that you're just like begging God, like, why did you make this sensation the way that it is?
It was your fire. It was your tribulation of purity.
Okay, so I really had to poo. We were all in a certain area, and we got the idea because of the fact that I had to poo. We got the idea that like, hey, let's leave this poo on this guy's front porch. We had really good reason to leave poo on this guy's porch.
Well, a building.
A building. Like,
it wasn't an individual. It was a company that had screwed a friend over. And we're like, me being a college-educated genius was like, wait, this poo is a rare opportunity. Hey, Preston, let's somehow collect this poo and use it against said company.
Yeah, so we were gonna like leave it on the door, and then we're like, wait a minute, no, that would be.
That's not satisfying.
Well, no, it wasn't that it wasn't satisfying. It's that like there would be no way to not get caught. You don't want to be walking through this area with a mask on. Someone's gonna shoot you.
There was security cameras.
There's security cameras. There's shady people. It was in a sketchy area, and so we're like, what if we like just fling the poo from the car?
But nobody wants to handle.
And then I'm like, no, we then like. So first we're like, okay, let's get a paper plate and we'll poop on the paper plate. in the back of the car.
Comes out when
But then I was like, I don't want to do that because then, like, when you go to poo, then a little bit of pee comes out. That's why you tuck it down.
It was my vehicle. I'm like, go ahead, Preston. Go ahead and poo. You have my permission. He's like, no, I don't want to get pee-pee anywhere.
And so then we're like, okay, what if we like go into the bathroom of the store that we were in while we were talking
and use a kitty?
And I was like, yeah, and he goes,
sister.
I can't remember there was a couple different ways, and they're
Use
like,
a spatula.
okay, well,
there's like a spatula.
Go in and poop in a bag, and then I'm like, no, because then I'll be walking out of the bathroom with a bag that I didn't have when I went in.
I'm just picturing you getting like,
and I'm like,
stopped by like loss prevention or something. Like, sir, what's in the bag?
And I know I'm gonna be like, it's my.
I'm sorry,
it's my actual.
I have this thing where I have to smear it in random places.
So, but we were walking around an ethnic grocery store while this was all happening.
And we couldn't contain the laughter at all.
Yeah.
We looked like we were like on.
Imagine
major drugs.
Three grown men giggling maniacally to themselves while they're trying to cohesively put together words to try to communicate some mad plan to collect this poo so we could throw it at a building.
Not only we were sweating because we've been laughing so hard in the car.
This whole time Preston is like containing this eldritch horror in his lower bowels. Like, I gotta go, but my friends need me.
Do you know what it's like to laugh that hard and also have to poo?
Oh gosh, yes. Like the time I was on the phone with you two, like a couple weeks ago, and I couldn't get off to like go to the bathroom. Dude, I held that for like 30 minutes. You have no idea how that felt, dude. That it hurt.
So
either
way, there's a theme of like torture and poo going on in our history. So here we are, giggling and galoofing through this building, and the owners and the employees are like, hey, that can't be good. So they start following us.
Well, and then one of the ladies, so between two of us, we can kind of speak enough Spanish to know that the woman was on the phone with like a manager going, so there's like 3 weird white guys walking around the store talking incessantly about poo. And they're laughing, and I think they're talking about our bathroom. So either check the bathroom or don't let them go in the bathroom.
I think in an attempt to make it look less weird, I like bought yogurts or something. I was like,
that made it. I feel like that made it worse. I think that made it way worse. Oh, now they have yogurt. Oh God. What are they gonna do?
It would have been so much worse if we just walked in, laughed, ran a lap through their aisles, and left without buying anything.
I think that would have been better.
No,
I mean, really. Then what would they have thought? I mean, they could have stopped us and thought we freaking robbed the place.
You know, for all we know, when we drove off, 5 minutes later, a couple of cop cars showed up.
Oh man.
Oh, I hope so. So anyway,
the poo bandits.
But we're like, okay, maybe we'll get the crap on a plate or a pie pan, and we'll just drive by and frisbee that. And we're like, no, because then we'll have to get close enough because it'll veer. It's like a shotgun. It'll like veer off to one direction, and we'll have to like get too close, and they'll see us, or they'll see they will like see the license plate. There's just no way we can do that.
It was my car, and I was like, well, I'll just drive it back across the states, and they won't ever find me.
And so then I'm
no matter that the car is super distinct,
like, the most distinct car I've ever seen,
bright yellow and tentacles.
I think the only car more distinct than yours is the freaking Batmobile,
or the Wienermobile.
The Wiener.
Well, let's see. I mean, Taylor's old car,
that was pretty distinct. So then
another friend's old car was like super.
We won't name names, but his name rhymes with Flamler Flortman.
Okay, so then I decide, okay, let's like find a home renovation store and we'll like quickly fashion. Okay, we'll make a potato cannon with like a really massive firing chamber, and then like a really, really, really tiny like bore.
I'm
really small, and we'll just pack my poo into the bore, and then we'll fill it with hairspray and light that off, and just can the side of that door, just like.
So somebody's got to touch it, though. I mean,
Yeah, and so that was really the dilemma. The point is, we ended up not doing this. First of all, when I had the initial plan with the poo was to go into the middle of like some housing, like a housing area, and just like take a shit in the middle of the tennis court. And then we're like, no, let's use this opportunity and pay somebody back. And
was that the place where I was like, hey, this place is nostalgic, and like we visited
yeah, let's poop on it.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
And so, in the end, we ended up like driving way out of town so I could take this massive nuclear fallout shit. And so I go around this like giant stack of hay bales, and I'm like propped up with my back against it. I grab a bunch of napkins, and I'm like, like, finally, this is the kind of poo where you're like, you're starting to get scared that it's like gonna stack up and like start touching your butt. And so you're like adjusting frantically as you're pooping.
Also, at this point, it's gotten dark. Too.
So it's totally dark. It's cold, the wind's blowing, I'm kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and then I hear the car start when my pants are still around my ankles. And
I had to check on them!
And I'm just like, this cannot be good. And so then here's my two buddies.
He needed headlights.
Driving around the corner while I'm wiping my ass. And then the wind picks up, and so Jimmy, you get out and you start like, I don't know if you were gonna like take pictures or what, but
no, you needed more napkins.
All of these poo napkins, which have like
there was a flurry of poo.
It was like a little tornado. Not even kidding. A little like a dust devil picked up, and so then there were just these napkins with poo on them, just swirling around the air, and we're like running frantically away from the poo napkins.
It was a foe I never would have expected to face in my entire life. It was really terrifying at first because I mean that fortune cookie really knew what he was talking about.
I think that was actually good. I think we did good.
Wait, we're not done with the story though.
Yeah, no, that was pretty much the end of the story. I mean,
is it?
Corey.
Wait, I guess
Preston took crap and.
I might have another
story. Big old dry crap because he'd been sitting in the chamber for a while.
Too long.
And it was like a multicolored one because it'd been really in the chamber.
Can I tell the story about Cheese Wheels? About Jerry Cheese Wheels the rooster? That for some reason hasn't been killed yet.
No, don't
Jerry
even
Cheese
ask
Wheels
me
the
about
rooster?
That.
Remember my
the rooster he found, and then now I have it.
Really? Wait, you? Oh, I kind of remember that.
My cock is now at Kate's farm.
Nice. Really?
I have like a couple of them now.
What's Preston's cock like?
Well, I mean, he's kind of
red.
A dick.
It's
red, like all the other cocks.
It's red.
Yeah.
It's red.
No, he's not red.
He has a red flaily thing.
That's a comb, man.
He has a red comb, man.
That's some red waddles. I mean, if you want to call them waddles.
Or do the chicken.
They hang down pretty low.
God bless America.
Should I tell that story?
Yeah. Fellas, how do we stay on topic?
Okay, I have a great way to stay on topic.
Yeah.
If we all talk about like a mutual person, they were oriented towards wild game, we might say.
Yeah,
I guess that'd be
go
great,
on.
I'm not the one that should be telling this story. You're right here. You were there. You saw the whole thing, right?
Oh yeah, Flosso man.
Tell us about the time that he who is so flossy. You know.
He was like too flossy for his own good.
How so?
He was so horny that he was out camping one day and he saw a deer's ass and was like,
Whoa. So you're telling me that this guy was horny and he saw...
Can you believe it?
I can't believe it. Okay, let's kind of back it up. What's the setting?
As far as I remember, it was out camping trip and he was too far from like to his usual
materials.
Sources. Yeah, his horny materials.
Yeah, red tube, yeah.
Yeah.
Deer tube.
For I was gonna say Furcadia, but
wait, wouldn't deer tube be sausage?
Furtopia. Yif Party 43.
Oh wait, okay.
Spreadbutthole.com.
Is that a real thing? Oh, I would know about it if it was a real thing.
Don't think that one's real.
So either way, he was out in the wilds, away from humans, and he saw the ass of a deer and was like, yeah. Now, nothing ever came of this, but the funny part is that Floss Man himself followed this deer for a decent amount of time with full intent of, like, deerful penetration.
If this was a person and like an unassuming woman, that would be like he'd get picked up and like taken in.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't matter the intent.
Sometimes people are gold mines of comedy, and yeah. And if as long as we use the power of nicknames, we'll be A-okay.
Yeah, but he who is so flossy.
Preston, it almost sounds like you yourself know this young parson.
Oh, I don't know who you're talking about. Okay.
Hey, Pate.
What?
I love you, Matt.
I love you too, Jimmy.
We're really good at this.
Awesome, dude.
I'm trying so hard.
It's like trying to corral a couple of chimps.
Oh my god, I've never done that. But I feel like
Ever
it's
tried to
accurate.
corral chickens?
It was part of a job.
Yeah,
actually, I
I've
think.
corralled many chickens.
So mean to the chickens, man.
I love my little chiggies.
That sounded really racist.
Oh.
That sounded like is that a racist term?
What,
No.
chickens?
No, chiggies.
Have you ever heard of?
No, unless you call them chooks.
Have you ever heard?
What? That's literally... What?
so-
There's nothing to that one. Unless I'm mistaken.
I've moved all across the states, and like the common names for bugs change terribly. But like, there's these small little bugs called thrips, and they'll like get on your skin, and they kind of irritate and itch like surprisingly because they're going for your sweat glands. They're like, "Ooh, it's so salty."
Talking about jiggers?
I like how you're like a good two steps ahead of me, because when I heard somebody refer to them as chiggers, excuse me?
Well, no, I thought they're called jiggers, like jig.
I heard it like with a
chiggers.
CH.
Yeah, I've always heard chiggers, and everybody kept calling these bugs that,
What part of Missouri did you come from?
The inside part.
Okay.
I was bored by Missouri.
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 Misery.
Fellas, I've been holding in this fart for so long.
Dude.
Yeah, too bad you like did that through the
Blocked us
door.
in here.
This is a test of brotherhood. How much damage are we willing to take for our bowels, for our brethren?
Okay, so we're gonna try something new. Okay, so someone tell a story then.
Okay, how do we get another flossy story? What? You and your girlfriend in the park.
Oh my gosh.
Like one of your first experiences with Flosso Man.
Okay, yeah. So one of my first experiences with Flosso Man, I was in the park with my girlfriend at the time and her best friend.
Bruntilda.
Bruntilda. I was in the park with Bruntilda.
You alright there?
And
You alright?
her friend was there with her kid.
Okay.
Okay.
Was this the tall one?
My tall girlfriend?
Yeah.
The really stupid one?
Yeah.
Named Bruntilda that you
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking of the right one then.
Yeah.
Oh, I met Bruntilda.
Wait, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had some very interesting interactions with her.
It was very weird.
Not-
She kept screaming racial slurs for like 40 minutes straight. It was very entertaining.
Oh, did she really?
No.
No, okay, I'm not shocked because she actually was literally like
No.
she was literally racist.
No.
She wasn't like joking, haha, racist. She like was actual racist.
Bruntilda, no.
She's like what all the like Antifa people think that they're fighting against. She's like actually that idea.
If only we could get the two to meet.
She was like actually a horrible. Then they would like. I bet they'd like fall in love and like bury their hatchets that they didn't know they had.
Oh, it's like Pocahontas all
You're
over
racist, but you're also really pretty.
again. I was hoping they just wear each other out with all the yelling. Mindy also asks, what movies do you enjoy that you're too embarrassed to admit that you enjoy?
Yeah, Minnie's getting a lot of airtime.
Yeah.
This isn't fair.
She has
all the rest of our thousands of fans.
First come, first serve. If you get in the bread line twice, that's kind of nice.
I don't know.
And to get extra bread.
Yeah.
No, if you've been in the bread line for more than an hour, you get some extra pudding.
Oh.
I learned that from
More
the
pudding?
cafeteria.
Yeah. Movies that I'm embarrassed to admit that I love or just like watch?
Yeah, I think something like a guilty pleasure movie.
Guilty pleasure?
But like one you're kind of embarrassed of admitting you like, I imagine.
Oh man. Oh, B movie.
B movie.
Like I'm a full grown adult. I love B movie. I love it. Like not like I love it like a child loves it. I'm not even kidding. It's the best movie of all time. Jerry Seinfeld is just. I could go on and on about Jerry Seinfeld. Anyway,
I remember I took my grandpa, or my grandpa took me. I took my grandpa out, and no, when that movie first came out, my grandpa and I were like, we should go to a movie. We're hanging out. And my grandpa's like, oh, well, what's a good kid movie that's out? I guess B movie, I suppose.
How old were you?
I don't know. I'll have to look it up. But like,
it's weird.
Anyway, I don't know. It's a good question. But like I remember walking out of the theater, and me as a dumb little kid, I was like, wow, that was an interesting animated movie. Wow, this giant lady. But and then but my grandpa, he seemed angry. He seemed angry. And I didn't know why until like I rewatched that movie a couple years ago, and I'm like, this movie is kind of like it would make an old person mad.
That was what it was. Okay, so there was this show on Nickelodeon. On Nickelodeon, I think it was called like Scaredy Cat or something like that, and it was it was called Scaredy Camp. That's what it was.
Oh.
And like I was watching it. I was a little kid, and my grandpa, being the way that he is, like after it was done, it was obviously a pretty ridiculous show, but he didn't have the ability to sit there and just like humor me. So he just was like, Scaredy Cat? Yeah, okay, where's the remote? Like, we'll bleep out that word I just said. He didn't say that, but
Mom, I don't want to watch this.
Mom, take me home, I'm scared.
Degenerates.
Oh man, we really have to blurb this stuff out. Yeah.
Well, okay, so I'd say my guilty pleasure movie that I'm embarrassed to say I enjoy watching is the very first Digimon movie. Like, it's dumb as hell.
Never seen it. Describe it to us.
Okay, it's dumb as hell. But the fight scenes are so well animated that if I just rewatch it now, I just like drool over the animated fight scenes because it's just so smooth, but also like weirdly noodly.
So you need to finish that word noodly, not nude.
Yeah. Noodly. So
Reg, what about you?
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily embarrassed by it. I wouldn't say there's a movie that I'd necessarily be embarrassed that I watched. I mean, unless you consider watching some of those like really old, like long movies. But the one I like really enjoy watching, I guess, would be probably the most embarrassing one as an adult would be Emperor's New Groove. Like that's the only one I could
like
think
as
of.
an adult.
Yeah, like as an adult. I love the movie.
Like it, yeah. Like if you like met somebody in like some toughened seaman on the dock, he's like, "Arr, what movie do you enjoy?" What's the last answer you would give him? Would it be New Groove?
Probably. I'd have to say it'd probably be New Groove. But I mean, there's movies out there like I love watching Lawrence of Arabia and Dr. Zhivago. But those are like movies
but
that
those
are
aren't
super.
Guilty. Those aren't
No,
guilty pleasure movies.
those are movies that nobody has hardly any idea what they are. But they're
Right.
such good movies, and they're long, and like nobody watches them because they're like
We should watch
a long
Lawrence.
time.
Well, I feel like the only movies that really you should feel guilty for watching are the kinds of movies that you'll get a knock on the door for downloading.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
I mean, like what really is a guilty like I know that my answer was B movie, but I also like piped right up and I don't give I didn't care about saying I will tell anyone. I don't care. So,
I tell everyone I watch Emperor's New Groove. No,
yeah,
guilt,
we can go down to
I-
the salty spittoon
love
and after we get done eating our bowl of nails, I'll be like, I like B movie. Like, I don't like.
Well,
I just don't care.
To be fair, Emperor's New Groove is objectively very good too.
Yeah.
But like for people who don't give animated movies any kind of chance, they're like, well, if it's animated, it must be for kids.
Well, okay. I guess the other show that I would say
what's your name?
if we want to go into like something a little bit different, like TV shows, I would have to say Gravity Falls is the one that I would be like embarrassed about because that literally is like a Disney show for kids, but there's so much in the show that's like more. There's like more to it than just the kids side of the show.
Well, to touch on that, like last year, my girlfriend and I literally had a date night, and we watched SpongeBob. I'm not even kidding. We started at season 1, and then we discussed why the first seasons are better than like that's a weird spot to be in with your girlfriend. Like I'm done impressing you. Like there's like you've heard me fart and you've seen me analyze SpongeBob. We need to get married.
You've seen me at my worst. You know, to kind of like add to that Gravity Falls thing. The reason I didn't watch Gravity Falls for so long is because I had this very peculiar, very eccentric and peculiar coworker when I was working surveying in the oil fields, and like he was obsessed with it. But because of the kind of guy he was, I was really steered away from giving it a shot. But but then I finally gave it a shot a couple years ago, and I was like, "Whoa, this is good."
Well, that's the exact same thing for me. That's the thing with me and a lot of shows. It's like that teacher that you had in grade school that was just a horrible, raging, mean person, and she drove like a Ford Pinto, and so then from then on, every time you see a Ford Pinto, you're like, "I hate Ford Pintos." Anyone who drives a Ford Pinto is a Ford Pinto, and like you just hate them forever. And there's like so many there's like so many movies.
That's not a real car.
And shows. Yeah. Anyway, so I got to edit this now.
Derailed.
Thanks, man.
Okay. Ford Pinto. Okay.
I had a really good point there.
So Kendra's Durfus asks, if you could turn into any insect, who would gross you out the most? Actually, botflies. Botflies are pretty icky. You should look up their life cycles and definitely check the image results.
My name's Preston. I can't get up and pee because there's 2 tacks on the door.
Oh, whoa. It's got like motion.
Holy crap, dude. It is really hot, man. Holy crap, dude. It's so much colder.